The moment I turned into my cul-de-sac that Friday evening, my stomach sank. 3 bright orange traffic cones stood in formation, like sentries, completely blocking my garage. Not the street, not the curb, my own driveway, my private property. And there she was, arms crossed, phone already recording. Donna, the HOA president everyone secretly called Karen. She smirked and announced loudly enough for the Ring cameras. "Rules are rules, sweetie. You were 2 inches over this morning. Consider this your warning." My heart pounded as I sat in the car, engine running. This wasn't about a measly 2 inches. It was the latest salvo in a war that started 6 months ago when I dared to paint my front door navy blue without her personal approval. My wife texted from inside, "She's waiting for you. Don't get out yet." But I was already late for my daughter's recital, and those cones weren't going to move themselves. I rolled down the window, trying to sound calm. "Donna, please move the cones. I need to park." She stepped closer, phone inches from my face. Section 4.2 of the covenants. No vehicle may protrude past the sidewalk plane between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. I had measured it myself, twice. Her tone was sweet, but her eyes were pure triumph. Across the street, curtains twitched. Someone was already filming. I killed the engine and stepped out, hands raised to show I wasn't the crazy one. "You don't have the authority to block my driveway with traffic cones, Donna. Those are city property." She laughed. Actually laughed. That's when I noticed the small white stickers. "Property of Willow Creek HOA. Do not remove." She had bought her own set just for this moment. My 6-year-old daughter ran out in her sparkly leotard, confused. Seeing the cones, tears welled up. Why is the mean lady blocking our house? Donna turned the camera to her and cooed, "Sweetie, your daddy broke the rules, not me." Rage hit me like a wave. I scooped her up and sent her inside with my wife. Then Donna uttered the line that haunts me. "If you touch even one cone, I'll report you for theft of HOA property. That's $500 per cone." Frozen, I watched her live stream her victory to the neighborhood Facebook group. Within minutes, 47 laughing emojis appeared. My wife came out, eyes blazing, but I shook my head. No meltdown on her terms. I backed out, parked 2 streets over like a criminal, and walked back with my daughter's dance bag, while Donna posed for selfies triumphant. That night, I stared at the glowing orange cones under the streetlight. If this was war, I wouldn't lose to a woman wielding traffic cones and fake smiles. What I didn't know, Donna had planned this for months, and those cones were about to cost her far more than she imagined. The next morning, 23 new emails awaited in the HOA inbox. Screenshots of Donna's post, comments praising her rule enforcement. My phone buzzed relentlessly. My boss worried. My mom crying over bridge club gossip. My driveway had become neighborhood reality TV. At 7:03 a.m., I stepped outside hoping the cones would be gone. They weren't. For now, in a perfect diamond, a laminated sign zip-tied to the middle. Vehicle violation. Do not move until board approves. $250 per day fine. Overnight, she'd upgraded. A new Ring spotlight pointed directly at my garage, somehow wired into my outlet. I looked up at her silhouette, coffee in hand, watching her morning soap opera unfold. I snapped a photo and called the city's non-emergency code line. The woman on the other end sighed. "Willow Creek, HOA, right? Orange cones again? She's been doing this to others, just barely on private driveways, so the city can't touch her. Petty genius." By noon, I had a plan. 30 identical orange cones arrived via Amazon Prime. Same brand, same stickers. While waiting, Donna escalated. Full color flyers under every door, pointing at my house, labeled chronic covenant violators on Maple Lane. My 79-year-old neighbor, Mr. Patel, shuffled over, shaking. "Son, I fought in 2 wars. I'm not scared, but your wife..." Guilt hit me like a truck. Tuesday night, the cones arrived. At 2 a.m., 2 buddies and I, hoodies up, set 28 cones across Donna's driveway, side yard, and up to her porch. We spelled Karen on the lawn, duct taped a laminated sign to her garage. Vehicle violation. $250 per day. At 6:17 a.m., her scream woke half the street. I watched via ring as she ran outside in curlers and a robe, yanking and kicking cones, almost throwing one at my house, then remembered the cameras everywhere. She called the police. Officer Ramirez arrived. Same guy as 2 days prior. Took one look, laughed, and said, "Ma'am, those are on your private property. Maybe call the HOA president." Pure poetry. At 7:05 a.m., she stormed to my door, face purple, wreath knocked off, banging. My wife filmed from the peephole. I opened the door, smiling. "Morning, Donna. Need help moving something?" That's when she crossed the line. She shoved past me into my foyer, screaming, "This is harassment. I'll have you sued, evicted, ruined." Then slipped on the welcome mat, face planting in front of the console table. I calmly said, "Criminal trespass and assault." Smile. "You're on camera." She scrambled up, lipstick smeared, eyes wild, and hissed a sentence I'll never forget. "You have no idea who you're dealing with. Those cones were only the beginning. Wait until you see what I do to people who..." Face flushed, pounding so violently the wreath dropped off the hook. My wife recorded through the peephole while I opened the door, grinning. "Morning. Donna, need help hauling something?" That's when she crossed the line that sealed her fate. She barged past me into the foyer, screeching, "This is abuse. I'll have you sued, tossed out, destroyed." My ring caught every second, including the moment she slid on our doormat and smacked face first beside the entry table. I said calmly, "You just committed criminal trespass and assault." Smile. "You're being filmed." She lurched up, lipstick smeared, eyes wild, and hissed a line I'll never forget. "You don't know who you're dealing with. Those cones are just step one. Wait until you see what I do to people who push back." Then she bolted out, leaving a fuzzy pink slipper behind like some deranged Cinderella. That night, I posted the trespass footage to the same Facebook group with the caption, "When the HOA queen breaks into your home, all over traffic cones." The group turned instantly. Comments flipped from laugh. Reactions to torches. Someone shared, Code 38 to 74. No one may place traffic devices on private land without written approval from the owner or the city. Engineer, penalty up to $500 per cone per day. By Wednesday morning, 2 city trucks and a code officer were in my driveway photographing Donna's original. 4 cones. The supervisor measured, frowned, and began writing. Donna watched through her window, phone pressed to her ear, screeching at someone. I gave her a wave. She flipped me off. That's when I knew the real war had begun. And whatever she'd been, hiding behind all those bogus rules, was about to explode in public view. Thursday morning, the city taped the official notice to Donna's door. $900 fine, $225 per cone for 4 days of illegal traffic devices, plus a summons to municipal court. The notice got photographed and posted to the group before she even woke up. The comment section blew up. Someone made a meme of her, pink slipper with the line, "If the cone don't fit, you must have quit." I finally slept for the first time in a week, but Donna didn't cave. She marched into the emergency HOA board meeting wearing pearls and a blazer like she was heading into Congress. She shed real tears, claimed I'd bullied her, that the cones were for safety and the city was discriminating against the HOA. Half the board, her bridge circle, nodded along. The rest stared at their phones where the trespassing video played on loop. Vote to remove her as president failed. 4-3. She walked out grinning, whispering to her loyal followers loud, "Enough of the mic. This isn't over." Friday, the certified letter came, not from the city, but from a downtown law office. Donna was suing me personally for defamation, emotional distress, and intentional infliction of garden damage because my cones had apparently murdered her petunias. $25,000. My stomach dropped again. My wife started searching. 4 bankruptcy attorneys while I stared at the stack of papers, feeling the room shrinking. That's when Mr. Patel knocked, holding a flash drive like toxic waste. "Son," he said, "before you spend a dime, watch this." He'd recorded every HOA meeting on a hidden GoPro for 2 years because that woman is dangerous. The first clip was from 18 months prior. Donna, same smug face, telling the board she had a foolproof scheme to force out families who refused. The new $200 beautification fee. Step 1, create fake violations. Step 2, escalate until they sell. Step 3, her cousin, an investor, buys low, flips high, they split profits. 8 houses already. Mine was next. Mr. Patel had spreadsheets, texts banking, records showing her cousin wiring her 5-figure. Finder's fees after each for sale. The Navy door. Incident wasn't random. She hated that I bought the house in cash and couldn't be pressured. The cones, the flyers, the break-in, every bit it was part of a conspiracy to run us out. I called the city attorney myself and handed over the flash drive. Monday morning, 2 detectives arrived at Donna's door with a warrant for wire, fraud, extortion, and conspiracy. She opened up in the same pearls and blazer, convinced her tears would save her again. They cuffed her on the porch, while the whole cul-de-sac watched from their ring. Cameras. She screamed my name the entire walk to the cruiser. "This is your fault. You did this to me." "Yeah, Donna, I did." 3 weeks later, the lawsuit vanished. The HOA collapsed overnight when the investigation froze. Their accounts, 8 families, including us, filed a class action that settled for $1.4 million. Donna took a plea, 18 months probation, $180,000 in restitution, and a lifetime ban from any HOA board in the state. Last thing that happened, the city auctioned her personal cone stash, 32 glowing orange trophies, to pay her fines. I bought them all for $400. They're stacked in my garage now. Every time I pull in, I see them and grin. Some neighbors wanted to melt them into a statue that said never again. I voted no. Some trophies should remain exactly as they are, ugly, orange, and perfect. So if you ever think one petty Karen with a clipboard and too much free time can't be beaten, remember the woman who lost her house, her status, and her freedom over traffic cones she never should have touched. And yes, my Navy door is still Navy. Looks pretty great beside all that orange. If you liked this story, hit that subscribe button. Every single one motivates me to bring you more chaotic HOA dramas. And don't forget the bell icon so you never miss an upload. I'll see you in the next story where justice gets even sweeter.